I want you to imagine something with me. Picture the strongest man you know, the man who commands the most respect. Now imagine that man being completely ignored when he speaks. How does that feel? It's a sting, a punch to the gut, isn't it? Now, what if I told you that some of the strongest, most respected men out there are the best listeners? They know the power of truly hearing someone. That's right, the power of listening can transform your relationships and your life. Before we dive in, remember to hit that subscribe button and join our community. We're here to grow stronger, smarter, and more connected together. All right, let's get into it. 1. The power of presence. First, let's talk about presence. Have you ever tried to talk to someone who's not really there? Maybe they're on their phone or their mind is a million miles away. It feels awful, doesn't it? Now think about how often you might be doing that to others. Being a better listener starts with being present. When someone is talking to you, give them your full attention. Put your phone down, make eye contact, and show them that you're there with them. This simple act of being present can dramatically improve your relationships. People will feel valued and respected, which will, in turn, make them respect you more. 2. Reflect, don't react. Next, let's talk about reflection over reaction. When someone says something to you, especially something that triggers an emotion, it's easy to react immediately. But the key to being a good listener is to pause and reflect. Instead of reacting, take a moment to process what's being said. Ask clarifying questions, if needed. Reflect back what you've heard to show that you understand. For example, "So what you're saying is," or "I hear you saying that." This not only shows that you're listening, but also helps avoid misunderstandings and unnecessary conflicts. 3. Empathy over ego. We've all got egos, and sometimes they can get in the way of really hearing someone. To be a better listener, you need to set your ego aside and practice empathy. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Try to understand their feelings and perspective. Empathy doesn't mean you have to agree with everything being said. It just means you're acknowledging and respecting their feelings and viewpoints. This can build deeper, more meaningful connections with others. 4. Master the art of silence. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing at all. Silence can be a powerful tool in communication. It gives the other person space to think and speak more deeply. Don't be afraid of a little silence. Use it to listen more intently and show the other person that you're really taking in what they're saying. This can lead to more thoughtful and profound conversations. 5. Ask open-ended questions. A great way to become a better listener is to ask open-ended questions. These are questions that require more than a yes or no answer. They encourage the other person to share more about their thoughts and feelings. Questions like, "What do you think about?" "How did that make you feel?" or "Can you tell me more about?" show that you're interested in their perspective and want to understand them better. 6. Practice patience. Listening isn't just about hearing words, it's about understanding the message behind them, and sometimes that takes time. Be patient. Don't rush the other person to finish speaking just so you can say your piece. Let them express themselves fully before you respond. This patience shows respect and allows for a deeper, more genuine exchange. It's a game changer in building stronger, more respectful relationships. 7. Body language matters. Your body language speaks volumes. Make sure it's saying the right things. Nod to show you're following along, lean in slightly to show interest, and keep your posture open. Avoid crossing your arms or looking away, as these can signal disinterest or defensiveness. A great listener uses their body to communicate attentiveness and respect. Your actions often speak louder than your words. 8. Validation is key. People want to feel heard and understood. A simple way to show this is through validation. Acknowledge the other person's feelings and experiences. Say things like, "I can see why you'd feel that way," or "That sounds really tough." Validation doesn't mean you have to agree, but it shows that you respect their feelings and experiences. This can create a strong bond of trust and understanding. 9. Be honest, but kind. Honesty is crucial in any relationship, but so is kindness. When you're listening to someone, be honest in your responses, but also be kind. Don't just tell people what they want to hear, but deliver your truth with compassion. Being a good listener means balancing honesty with empathy. This builds trust and respect in your relationships. 10. Recap and review. Finally, after a conversation, take a moment to recap and review. This shows that you've been listening and helps ensure that you've understood everything correctly. Say something like, "Just to make sure I got everything," you're saying that. This not only reinforces that you've been paying attention, but also clarifies any misunderstandings and reinforces the connection you've built. Listening is a skill that can transform your relationships and your life. It's simple, but it's not always easy. But I promise you, the effort is worth it. Now, before we wrap up, remember to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Join our community of men dedicated to becoming the best versions of themselves. And I want to leave you with a question. What's one thing you can do today to be a better listener? Drop your answers in the comments below. Let's start a conversation and support each other on this journey to greatness.